Okay, a new movie in the Harry Potter universe is coming out. Well, it's based on that one book, Fantastic Beasts, whatever. Yeah, might be fun. Go back only for one time in that universe, right? Yeah. Wait. No. No, no, no. Why? Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is a fantasy movie directed by David Yates and starring Eddie Redmayne, Katherine Waterston and Dan Fogler. I loved, way back, the Harry Potter movies. I really did. I grew up with them, I read all the books, I own all of the movies, and I watched most of them in the theaters, and I loved them. And honestly, it's been a while since I last watched one of those movies, probably since I last saw part 2 of Deathly Hallows in theaters, or at home. It's weird. Maybe I should get back to rewatching them, maybe they won't hold up as much, I don't know, but I was not excited at all for Fantastic Beasts, and once the reviews started coming out, I was afraid it was going to be just kind of a waste of time. And honestly, it's kind of a mixed bag. It's not awful, like some people are making it out to be, Movie Bob, talking to you. And it's not even that excellent, great return to the wizarding world that everyone thinks. And first of all, this is not Harry Potter. It's very different, and I do like that. It's set in the 1920s, 1930s in New York City. It has almost the feel in a couple of scenes of a gangster movie, with everyone dressed with trench coats and ladies with really nice dresses that, I don't know, they look great. And with some of the jargon of the era, and it's fun. That is fun, the world building, and that's always been one of the best features about the Harry Potter movies, the world itself, and I do like it here. And the other thing, probably the last two things that I really did like about the movie were the main characters and the soundtrack. And the soundtrack by James Newton Howard, it's very good. It's not the classic, even though there are a couple of scenes with some hints to the original score of the Harry Potter movies. It is still pretty much a new score, and it's very playful, very fun, and I did like it very much, and I can't wait for the CD to come out. And then the main characters. Eddie Redmayne plays the main character, Newt Scamander, who goes to New York City and he has to recapture 3 beasts that escaped from his magical briefcase, where he keeps a lot of beasts because he wants to show the world that they're helpful, they're not evil beings, everyone doesn't have to be afraid of them. And that's a nice message, but Eddie Redmayne was fine. He plays a socially awkward character, and he was socially awkward. It's not instantly likable, but I think that in the next 4 movies, which I'm going to get into later, probably going to like him more and more as he grows in those movies. But the real characters that I did like were the other 3 of the main group. They were Dan Fogler, who plays a nomad in this universe, because we're in the US, so they have to have different terms, which was fun, honestly. And he was likable. I've never seen a movie with this dude in it, and it was kind of a revelation. It was funny. It was the most fun part about the entire movie. And I also really liked Katherine Waterston as an American worker in the police service who captures Newt in the beginning, and then they start having a relationship, but it's not one of those cliched relationships. She was good. She was very good. And I don't think I've ever seen her in another movie. And yeah, those 2 actors mainly, and then also the sister of Catherine, she was also very darn good in the movie. And she was also likable, and those 3 supporting characters were way more interesting than the main character, and I would actually more interested in watching the future movies just for those 3 characters alone, because I like them that much. The actors did a fantastic job. Then unfortunately we get to probably the only real problem that I have with the movie, which is the story itself, unfortunately, because I didn't give a damn. The movie opens up with a really brief scene of the evil Grindelwald, who everyone knows, and he's going to be the main antagonist in the future Fantastic Beasts movies. He is introduced poorly. I mean, if you remember Harry Potter, we had the whole family killed, don't tell the name, don't speak Voldemort's name, whatever. Here it's different, and it's not done in a very menacing way. It doesn't look very menacing. We don't really know him, it's too early on, and there are just way too many things that are set up. There are constant name dropping here and there of famous character places that we all know and love, and I don't know, it wasn't really focused, and there is a whole side plot that then becomes part of the main plot with Ezra Miller, who is in a orphanage, kind of, with that whole side plot. I did follow it, I did not find it interesting at all, it didn't fit well with the movie, it was very darn dark, and by the way, PG-13, it deserves it all, this is the darkest of the movies, with a couple of scenes where we're like, oh wow, that's brutal. And the entire climax was, the climax itself, the action climax, wasn't fun. A couple of other sequences, mainly the ones when they are trying to capture the Fantastic Beasts, those were good. Those were good sequences. The other actiony bits were okay, the climax was just generic, the usual cloud that destroys everything and the city is falling apart, woo! Because we haven't seen that enough in our superhero movies. Now we need it also in fantasy movies, because why not? But I have to say, the actual finale of the movie, the last two scenes, they got emotional. I was like, wow, they're getting emotions out of me. Strong emotions, so I did like that quite a lot. And also thanks to the music, it worked out very well. So the special effects were nice for the most part, it's an overuse of CG as you might expect, as I expected, it doesn't look awful. A couple of the monsters look way too cartoonish for the real life vibe, dark vibe that this movie has, but for the most part it looked very good. This could have easily been one feature. Just do Fantastic Beasts, go back to this world and then stop. Or do other spin-offs, like Star Wars for example. But knowing that there are going to be 4 more movies set in this universe, I honestly don't care. If it wasn't for the 3 supporting characters, I couldn't care even less. I wasn't all that excited while watching this movie. A couple of scenes were fun, sure, but I don't know, knowing that Dumbledore is going to come into play later on, we're going to see some other familiar faces and some more name dropping, because why not? It's weird, I should love this kind of thing. I like continuing to stay in certain universes, but then we also got, in 2012 I think it was the first one, The Hobbit, which was a prequel to The Lord of the Rings, and this is pretty much, whatever you say J.K. Rowling, whatever you say, this is a prequel to Harry Potter. In one way or another, it is. It's set before the events of the movies in the same universe. It's kind of a prequel. Not direct prequel, but still. The Hobbit didn't turn out all that well. It was one of the situations where you were like, it's not bad, it's okay, mildly enjoyable, and that's it. And I have the same exact feelings for Fantastic Beasts. Interesting characters, a couple of them, a lot of side plots that just are so boring and uninteresting, that don't fit the main story, good action sequences with generic action sequences, decent special effects with a couple of them that look awful. They're pretty much the same exact things, so overall, do I recommend this movie? Yeah. If you like the previous ones, you're going to like this one. I liked it, but I didn't love it. It would be probably about 3.5 stars for me. It's okay, watch it in the theaters if you want, have fun with your friends, just bring back the old nostalgia machine, because that's what's happening right now in Hollywood. Let's revive every single franchise that we can. It's a fun movie. It's a fun movie. Don't take it too seriously like some other people are doing. Movie Bob. But for the rest, just skip it. Wait for it to come out in Blu-ray, watch it at home, on VOD, whatever. You're going to enjoy yourself, but you're going to forget about it in a couple of days probably. So, these are my thoughts. Tell me yours, please don't hate me, keep this civil in the comments below, and I honestly want to know what you thought of the movie, what you also thought of the other Harry Potter movies. Please tell me in the comments below. Thanks as always for watching, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.